Hey guys, it's Rochelle here with Losing It on Keto. And in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two versions of protein blueberry muffins. What happened was, over the weekend I got a recipe in my inbox for cottage cheese blueberry muffins. And it was a traditional recipe, I guess to capitalize on this cottage cheese craze. And it called for 1 3/4 cups of flour. So I tried making this recipe yesterday, and I filmed that portion of it. But what I tried to do is I tried to replace 1 for 1, the 1 3/4 cups flour for 1 3/4 cup protein powder, a milk-based protein powder, a milk protein concentrate, and it didn't work. It was a wet mess, and it had good flavor, but it was a wet mess. So I wound up dumping that, and I'll scrap that video. So I'm going to attempt to make that again, and I'm changing the flour blend. So, I'm going to use a combination of whey, egg white protein powder, and then the milk-based protein powder. So that's one recipe. Then another recipe that I'm going to do is I recently made protein brownies, Maria Emmerich's protein brownies, and those were so fantastic that I wondered if I could convert that recipe into blueberry muffins. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to tackle that one first, okay? So in order to prepare for that, what I have is I steamed last night the egg whites that I need for this. So I've got 2 cups of egg whites, or 16 ounces, right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my blender pitcher. Just like I do when I make the protein brownies. Okay, so I broke this all up. All right. Now, one of the things I haven't yet decided upon is whether I'm going to use the blueberry keto chow versus just the extracts and the emulsions to get the blueberry flavor and the blueberry better stevia sweetener. But anyways, I'll figure that out here as I go. All right, now the next thing that we need is in the protein brownies, it called for 100 grams of chocolate equipped protein powder. And that worked out really, really well. So I have here the vanilla powder. So I was thinking that, but now I'm thinking, should I split this up? And I have 2 packs of the Keto Chow blueberry pie. And I was thinking, should I use none of it? Should I use both in one recipe? Should I do 1 and 1? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 and 1. Okay? So it calls for 100 grams of protein powder. Well, this is 41 grams. So I think I'm going to use this much and then supplement the remainder with the equip. Okay, so I know I've got 41 grams of protein powder right there. And then my other question was, I have a protein powder that's not flavored versus vanilla. Should I go with the vanilla? I decided to do so. So I'm going to add to this 59 grams of the vanilla equip. Okay, I need to change this to grams. Tear the scale. Why isn't it tearing? I think I may need to replace the batteries. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right. Let's set this aside. Let's see what else. I need 3/4 cup sweetener, so I'm going to use the Magic Baker again. So I've got a 1/4 cup here. I'm going to do 3 of these. 1. I have to open up the other bag. 2. Okay, there's 3. All right, and then I'm going to do a squirt of the Better Stevia. I've got this pomegranate blueberry, so I'm going to do this just a squirt. Okay, and then calls for 2 tablespoons of keto milk, which is what I have here. 1, 2, and what I should do while I'm getting this ready is preheat the oven to 350. Okay, and then a teaspoon of baking soda. And let's see, 2 eggs. One. Okay, we've got the 2 eggs. And now it's just a matter of the emulsion and the extract and some salt. So a little bit of salt. Now we'll do a teaspoon of vanilla. And then I've got the blueberry emulsion, and that'll give a nice purple color. So I guess that was about a tablespoon. And now some blueberry extract. About a teaspoon. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'll blend this up, and I'll come back as I prepare the muffin tins. Okay, I blended it up, and then I've put it in this silicone muffin tin so you can see what it looks like. So we've got 1 batch ready to go. I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to prepare batter number 2. There's no need to clean the pitcher. Okay. This recipe, I have to decide how much milk. The one with the 1 3/4 cups flour that I'm converting called for just a 1/3 of a cup of liquid. I don't know. I'm going to have to see what happens. So I will start with 1/3 of a cup of liquid, but I'm prepared to need more, because I think what I'm replacing the flour with is more absorbent. Okay, so there's 1/3 of keto milk. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, and I'm just making this up. I'm going to do a 1/4 cup, because my thinking here was replacing with the protein powder. It was way too liquidy. The batter never set up. So I needed to add an ingredient to make it a little more dry, a little more absorbent. So what I did is altered the recipe to do a combination of whey, egg white protein powder, and the protein powder. So, so this is, I decided a 1/4 cup of whey. Okay, and then I thought a 1/2 cup of egg white protein powder. And like I said, I'm just making this up. These could turn out to be too dry. I don't know. But I've had some success kind of figuring things out on the fly, so we'll see. All right. And now I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of protein powder. But part of that is going to be the Keto Chow blueberry pie. And I'm curious to know, how much does this equate to in a measuring cup? So I've got a 1/4 cup here. So look at that. One package of Keto Chow, one serving is pretty much a 1/2 cup. So I don't think I need any more protein powder than that. So I did a 1/2 cup of the Keto Chow, a 1/2 cup of egg white protein powder, and a 1/4 cup of whey protein. Now, I know that doesn't equate to what was in the recipe, 1 3/4 cups, because I only have 1 1/4 cup. But I'm thinking the egg white protein and the whey protein are so absorbent that I think that's the proper ratio. But I'll take a look. We'll see. Now, I need a cup of cottage cheese. So that's 2 servings, which is what I have left in this carton. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Okay. Then one adjustment I tried to make on the recipe yesterday was, rather than using whole eggs, I tried to use egg whites. I'm going to not make that adjustment. I'm going to use the 2 eggs that it calls for. Okay, now let's see. A teaspoon of baking powder. And then, what is it, a 1/2 teaspoon? Yeah, half a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay. And let's see. We need salt. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Always salt in baked goods. I learned that from Carolyn Ketchum at All Day I Dream About Food. Okay, and now what's next? We need the same amount of sweetener, 3/4 of a cup. Okay. I'll decide if I need to add more milk to this. Now we need some vanilla extract, teaspoon, and then the same amounts. So the blueberry emulsion, okay, then the blueberry extract, and then I'm going to do a squirt of the butter stevia pomegranate blueberry. And then I'm going to decide, do I think I need more milk in here? I think I do. I'm going to start with 1/3 of a cup more of keto milk. All right, I'm going to go blend this and let's see what we've got. All right, this is way too liquidy. I should not have added that. Look at this. I should not have added that that additional 1/3 of a cup of milk, and I think I was incorrect. Oh, that batter is good. And I think I was incorrect to cut the dry ingredients by 1/2 cup. I'm going to use one of the Equip, but then I'm going to use one of a milk-based protein. I've got this Muscle Feast that I've shown before. That's a vanilla protein-based, milk-based one. Okay. And this is the one I tried to use yesterday. All of this as the 1 3/4 cups flour replacement, which didn't work. All right, let me give this another blend and see what we've got here. Okay, it's thicker, but definitely not yet a batter. So, let's see. I'm going to go with more whey because I know whey dries. All right, so I'm going to do 1/4 cup of whey. And I think I'm going to do 1/4 cup of egg white protein powder. Looking to bulk up the batter with each of these. Let's see what we get here. This is still more of a liquid than it is a batter. I'm surprised at this. So before I forget, what I've done so far is I've done 1/2 cup, an additional 1/2 cup of protein powder. So that was 1 cup. And then I wound up doing 3/4 of a cup of egg white protein powder and 1/2 cup of whey protein. So that's what I've added so far. Now I think, I don't know, I guess I'm going to try a cup of protein powder. A cup more of protein powder. So here's a cup measure, and I'm adding the milk-based vanilla protein. Now let's see what that just did. This is much more like a batter. Okay, so let me get the other tray, and let me make note that what I did was add another whole cup of protein powder. Let me clear this up and I'll come back. Okay, I'm back here, got the workspace cleared off, but also what I wanted to do is I wanted the batter to sit for a few minutes because I knew that would, typically it thickens by doing that. All right, so I've got my other silicone tin here, muffin tin. You see how that's thickened up? All right. So I'm thinking I'll get 12 out of this as well. There we go. All right. So now we're going to put both of these in the oven. And I'll show you what they look like before I put them in the oven. All right. What a treat that batter is, I have to tell you. I like this batter slightly more than the first one. Okay, let's see here. This is the one with the egg whites. This one here. And then this is the one with the cottage cheese. Okay? So I'm going to put the one with the cottage cheese on the bottom, and I'll put the egg whites on the top. And I'll remember EC. Okay? I'll come back in the next segment after I pull these out of the oven. Okay guys, the oven just went off with the muffins. And so I wanted to show you what we've got. I don't know if they're done. So I wanted to film that for you. Okay, this is the egg white protein. I'm sorry, that's the egg white one. And this one here is the one with the cottage cheese that I kept having to adjust the protein powder. So I'm going to put a toothpick in these. I'm going to put this on bake just in case it's not ready. This is much better than the result I got yesterday, where it was just a wet mess. So I'm already doing better here, even if it's not quite cooked yet fully through. It's definitely a better result. So doing that blend was definitely the way to go. All right, this I can tell you is still wet. So this needs more time. Let's see about this here. Wow, that's pretty darn firm. You guys, wow, I was not expecting that. You guys, these are done. Wow, you see the toothpick comes out completely clean. So these are done. These need more time. And you know what? The protein brownies are a little wet inside. I wonder if it's just the middle. Let me see here. Yeah, you know what? Some of these on the outside are done, but the ones, let me see here. No, these are done. Let me see. You know what? These are done. Yeah, these are done. I think this, is just a little bit of a wetter. You know what? I'm gonna put this in for just a couple more minutes. Let's see what happens with just a couple more minutes. But these are definitely done, and look at how they bulked up. I can't wait to try these. I'm gonna do these 3 more minutes. Okay, I'll come back in the next segment when I pull those out. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I will come back when these cool, and I'm going to give them a taste test. Okay? I'll see you back then. Actually, you guys, I thought I'd come back. I had the other ones in for 3 minutes. I've turned the oven off now. The ones with the steamed egg whites. So they're in the oven with the oven off. I'll take those out shortly. But these are the ones with the cottage cheese where I kept adjusting the protein powder. So I thought I would show you how easy these are to work with to get them out of the silicone muffin mold. And I'm going to put them on this cooling rack, and I cannot wait to try these. Okay, so they aren't the prettiest, but if they're anywhere close to the way the batter tasted, I'm in for a treat. I hope in the final result, I hope I got the ratio right on the protein, because as you saw, I was just winging it. Okay, so here's the other tray. So these baked for 33 minutes. And let's see how they are getting out of the pan. Oops. Actually, I'm going to get another cooling rack. Let me spread these out, get this out of the way. But there you have, these are the cottage cheese ones that has a whole lot of protein powder. Let's see if these are as easy to come out than those. So far I'd say no. Okay, it released. They certainly have kept a better shape. At all. But anyways, there you go, you guys. So I am going to let these cool, and I'll come back in the next segment and give them a taste test. Okay guys, I'm going to give each of these a taste test. These, as they've cooled, I don't know about these. They are so dense. And then these seem pretty good to me. So let's see here. So this is the one, which is the takeoff of the protein brownies. So this has the egg white. So that's what it looks like inside. Let's give it a taste. That, my friends, is very good. This is the best protein sparing blueberry muffin I've made. That is very good. That would definitely go in my recipe rotation. That is very good. And in fact, I think you could go a 1/4 cup less sweetener in that. Yep, definitely. I'm going to adjust that to only do a 1/2 cup versus 3/4 of a cup. Or maybe 3/4 of a cup of allulose, but if you use a blend, use 1/2 cup. All right, now for this one. I'm going to try cutting this. Okay, cut's okay. This is what it looks like. I just think this looks so dry and dense. Very chewy. It's good. It's good, but this isn't one I would make again. Or let me say it this way. I think I put too much protein powder. I think it would need work to figure out what the right ratio of the protein powder is. And I don't know, given this result here, if it's worth it, because we've got a good result right here. This is the go-to one. I'll eat these, but I won't make them again. What I will try and do is I wonder if I adjust that batter, because that batter, I thought blueberry pancakes immediately. So maybe I'll adjust the protein and try them in a future video as a protein blueberry pancake. Yeah. I'll finish these and I'll tell you, they're very filling, but not ones I would make again. So I will put in the egg white blueberry muffins in my recipe rotation. So there you guys have it. And like I said, I think I'm gonna work on that protein blend and keep in mind that it gets more dense over time. So I'm starting to think maybe a little bit more of a liquid batter was the way to go with it. And more of a liquid batter would certainly work with a pancake. So anyways, I think I am going to do that in the future and make blueberry pancakes out of this one versus a muffin. But there you guys have it. We do have a success. I was thinking it would be successful because the protein brownies are so darn good. I think if you take away the keto chow, I don't think you're giving up a whole lot. Maybe you need to add a little more extract, a little more emulsion. But yeah, the egg white that I steamed and use that's the one to go with. And like I said, that is the best high protein, low fat, low carb blueberry muffin I've done, and that's going in my recipe rotation. Okay, and this one I'll work on to make a blueberry pancake. So watch out for that as a future video. Okay? Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.